what's sickening, right? While they go up Biden's ass with a microscope every time he stumbles over a word, let's see what traitor Donald Trump was saying at his speech. They were talking about he's really changed, because his brush with death showed him he needs to be a unifier. Like, he's going to unify him, that guy. The one, the China virus guy, the Muslim ban, the mass deportation guy. The one who, you can unify around fascism. Like freedom. You're free to be as free in the constraints that they designed for you. And if you go outside that, they got something for you, and it ain't a lollipop. It's not a pat on the back. But here's Traitor Trump. This is what I found. All right, let me just play it. I found this very irritating. Why is
8 years?
Wait, hold on. What the hell? It's weird. Why isn't it playing?
That party.
See, listen.
The Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system and label.
Okay, you heard that, of course. The Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system. Weaponizing the justice system for, maybe stop committing crimes. Nice to see you, Suzanne and Ryan. Is Ryan a troll? I don't know. Nice to see you. All right. I'm looking only because I see. Oh, that's funny. Ryan says, Tara, you pass so well for a trans woman. Well, bye, Ryan. Aren't you? And you pass so not well for human. Bye, traitor. Bye-bye. Aren't they amazing? See, they have nothing, but, he thinks he's being insulting, I guess. I don't know. Bye. But this is what they are, Just losers. And they know it. So, yeah. I pass for a trans woman. Ha! Wait, where is my... See, that's... I'm supposed to be outraged and insulted by that. What a loser. What a loser Ryan is, right? Bye, Ryan. All right. Here's, speaking of losers, here's Traitor Trump.
Democrat Party should immediately stop weaponizing the justice system and labeling their political opponent.
The Democrat Party, right? See, no one in the corporate media, this is what really annoyed me, was that no one in the Democrat, in the Democrat Party, in the corporate media said anything. They never say anything about the fact that these traitors, that Traitor Trump and the maggots, can't even say the name for the party, right? They can't even say the actual name of the Democratic Party. And without a hint of irony, they talk about how Trump's going to set a new tone. But they had the speech. Now, I know that Traitor Trump went off on his tangents, but they had a copy of the speech. And I'd like to, actually, now that I'm saying, I wish I had downloaded it or searched it to see, did they have Democrat Party written in there? Because if you're trying to set a new tone, you really learned from your near-death experience. You've become, finally, after all these years, 78 useless, wasted, succubus, parasitic, disgusting, filthy years on the planet, doing nothing, adding nothing but pain and misery to the world. And you changed because some registered Republican took a shot at you with an assault weapon that Republican policies made possible?
As an enemy of democracy. If Democrats want to uniformly stop weaponizing the justice system and labeling their political opponent as an enemy of democracy, if Democrats want to unify our country, they should drop
You should stop labeling your political opponent as an enemy of democracy. This is what he's saying. Oh, he's been so unfairly treated when everybody calls him an enemy of democracy. But, you know, it's not like we pulled it out of our asses. We have eyes. We see the antics. We see the way he treats dictators in comparison to how he treats the other democratic countries, the leaders of democratic countries. We see what he says about NATO. This dullard who doesn't know fuck all about anything, has no concept of history. He has no concept of what NATO is about. He thinks NATO is a protection racket that countries pay the United States to be their muscle. Well, I guess he wants to be a bag man, right? He wants all that good money. Well, he wants to be the crime boss. Unbelievable. Hold on a second, guys. Unapologetic liberal talk. Become a patron. Patreon.com/TaraDevlin. All right. So, yes, here's some more.
Partisan witch hunts, which I've been going through for approximately 8 years.
Fuck you. I can't, right? Oh, they call their political opponent a threat to democracy. What you talking about a Democrat party calling you a threat to democracy? What's a Democrat party? This Democrat Party witch hunt must end because I'm trying to seek unity with the Democrat Party. If only. Yeah, let's start by saying the name. I mean, I don't know. He's just full of shit. I can't. I'm sorry. We won't play the whole thing because I want to keep my dinner down. And he's just a liar. Everything about him. And in fact, let's see. I had the CNN guy who did the fact check of all Trader Trump's lies.
Our CNN fact checker, senior reporter Daniel Dale. Daniel, you've listened to quite a few Trump speeches, and I know that the challenge of being a fact checker in this modern era, especially of President Trump, is one, he says so many things that are not accurate within a short period of time. But two, it's quite frequently you say the same lies or misstatements over and over and over. How did tonight's speech match up?
It was a remarkably long acceptance speech, Jake, and a remarkably dishonest acceptance speech. I counted at least 22 false claims from Donald Trump on first listen. Let's start with one of the wildest claims he made. Listen to what he said about the state of the world when he was president.
The world was at peace. Our opponents inherited a world at peace and turned it into a planet of war. We're in a planet of war. The whole world was at peace, and now the world is blowing up around us.
It's like a
This
planet
is
of the
false.
apes.
Trump did not achieve world peace when he was president, certainly wasn't at peace when he left office. There were active wars or armed conflicts in dozens of nations in 2020, a 51 by one research institution's count, and then 51 again in 2021. Trump handed President Biden ongoing civil wars in Yemen and Syria, of course an unresolved Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Israeli-Iranian conflict, a war in Ethiopia. I could go on for a while, but I don't have time because there were so many other false claims. So let's address some of those, not even all of them. He repeated his usual lie about Democrats having cheated in the 2020 election. It's nonsense. He said crime is going up. The opposite is true. It's gone sharply down in 2023 and early 2024, is now lower than it was under Trump in 2020. He said we have the worst inflation we've ever had. Again, not even close. It is 3% right now. The U.S. record is 8.7%. He said there was no inflation under him. It was low, of course, but not
I actually think
it was 8% total for his presidency, 1.4% year over year in the month he left office. He said the price of groceries is up 57% under Biden. It's actually 21%. He said Democrats are proposing to quadruple people's taxes. That is imaginary. He said his tax cut was the largest in American history, not even close again. He said the Biden administration does nothing to stop migrants. Well, the administration tried to get Congress to pass a bill to tighten the border, and after Trump himself helped to kill that bill, Biden took executive action to tighten the border. Trump said he stopped human trafficking. Again, not true. He said China stopped buying oil from Iran under him. Also did not happen. He said foreign governments are deliberately sending criminals and mental health patients to the U.S. as migrants. His own campaign has been unable to provide proof for that. I certainly haven't found any myself. He said we defeated ISIS, 100% of ISIS, in a couple of months. In fact, the ISIS caliphate was declared fully liberated more than 2 years into his presidency. And there were other exaggerations about trade with China, about North Korean missile launches, about gas prices, about IRS agents. So it just went on and on and on in terms of falsehood, just like the speech went on and on and on itself. Jake?
All right, Daniel Dale, thanks so much. And you could read more of CNN's fact checks at cnn.com/facts. First, quite a lot for Mr. Dale.
What are you gonna do? An old man who stutters over his words sometimes and walks a little slow. He's unfit, according to every corporate media mouthpiece, because even though he's done such a consequential job, but the guy who never tells the truth. I mean, we should really start measuring the true things he says, because the lies are simply out of control. There's too many to keep up with. That guy would have been better off if he had noted anything true Trader Trump said. What a disaster Trader Trump is. And I do think that the American people are sick of him. Because it's already baked in. The people who like Trump or whatever, these Trumpanzees, there's no getting through to them. They're a lost cause. But as far as these independents or whatever they are, the low information voters, the double haters, the persuadables, no one, they're not looking at Trump. They don't see this asshole and say, oh yeah, I remember when, more of that please. People were disgusted with him. They're sick of him. Aren't you sick of him? The whole world is sick of him. He needs to go away.